Well, hello everyone. God, this is nice, isn't it? God, my world has been so loud since I last saw you. Obviously, we just had the 6 week holidays, and my oldest daughter's normally only in school anyway for 3 days a week, but yeah, she's been at home full time, which has been lovely, but it's obviously been a bit louder than usual, and it's been really. I live in Cornwall in the UK, so it's really been our tourist season here. So it's just been really busy, lots of traffic everywhere, people everywhere, and it's just been quite hard going. I do find the summer quite difficult. I don't really go to the beach at all. I prefer to go to the beach out of tourist season. I particularly like it in winter, if I'm honest, because hardly anyone goes there apart from the odd dog walker, because we just get constant rain and wind for months on end. And today I'm craving nature and I'm craving some peace and quiet. So I thought I would bring you guys along with me and record my Flosstube. And I found the loveliest spot right under this gorgeous oak. And of course, it's a majestic oak. And I had to walk quite far. This is a different woods than what I've brought you to before. So I've got 3 woods within good distance of my house. And I've never recorded at this one before. It's in an area of outstanding natural beauty, and it's called Tahidi Woods. And there's various different entrances to it. It's quite a large site, but this particular site is really renowned for dog walkers because the other part is a bit like a nature reserve. Quite often take the girls there. The squirrels are really tame and they'll feed from your hands. So you've probably seen that on Instagram if you follow me there. But this part is really like dogs are allowed here. You get a lot of dog walkers. So I had to walk quite far into the woods to get some peace and quiet. And then I heard a child shouting, which is fine. That's what kids do, as I know. But I just got all set up. And then now there's not a soul around. It's gorgeous. All I can hear is the trees rustling, the birds cheeping, and my little Charly Feathers heart is happy. So I hope you're all doing really well. I hope you've had plenty of time to stitch. And if you've not been stitching, that you've just been enjoying time doing what you love. I know for some of you that's gardening or knitting or crocheting, English paper piecing. But I just hope you've had a lovely time. And sometimes people don't stitch in hot weather. I like stitch whatever. I'm not bothered what temperature it is. I have to create with my hands every day or I get extremely cranky and grumpy. So yeah, that's my self-love and self-care. We've had quite a lot of new subscribers to the channel, and I'd like to give a thank you to so many of you that have mentioned me, and I need to get better at writing them down so I can shout you back out. But Mama Loves You GB, Michelle, she shouted me out last Sunday, and I was really appreciative of that. So thank you, Michelle. I love watching your Flosstube and your Sunday morning briefing every week. It always makes me smile. And lovely Sally over, I've got a fly buzzing around my head, is attracted to me. Have you gone? Lovely Sally over at Flossie Sews and Grows. She recorded, I think it was Friday night, and I hopped on straight away to watch her. And yeah, she gave me a lovely mention as well. So I think between those two in particular, many of you have come over and subscribed or watched me, and I'm ever so grateful. Like, the channel's growing, and we are getting closer and closer to that 1,000 subscribers, and when we can have a lovely giveaway. So if you really enjoy this channel, then please consider liking and subscribing if you don't already, and maybe share it with a cross stitch friend who might enjoy coming over here and spending time with me. I'd be ever so grateful. So yeah, I've got lots done since I last saw you, so let's just dive straight in. There is some other mentions. I've had so much stitchy kindness. My heart is like bursting with gratitude once again. I feel like I say that every video, so I will mention people as I go through. So let's start with the finished objects. Just find something that I can hold up as a background. I've got a magazine here, that'll do. So the first one to show you is Seahare, and this was stitched on a random piece of, I think it was 32 count Zweigart fabric from Cross Stitch Sarah. She had a D-stash a little while ago and I bought this off her. And this pattern is by Wanderling Stitches, and I did this as a stitch along. I think it was called Stitchy SAL, with Cross Stitch Sarah, who will have many mentions in this video, as she always does. Hiya Sarah. And Rebecca Bowen _30, I think she's called. Us three had a stitch along. Rebecca and Sarah organised it and I just hopped on because I love Wanderling Stitches patterns. So she designs a lot of hair patterns and they're all beautiful. But as many of you know, I'm obsessed with seahorses, and this is her sea inspired bunny, Seahare. I used all the Call for DMC for this one, and I absolutely love this fabric, and I wish I could find out what colour of Zweigart it is, because it's quite peach toned. So if anyone knows or recognises that, if you let me know. It's definitely not a vintage country mocha, it's too pale and peachy toned to be that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a 32 count. I did count it before I stitched on it. And Sarah, she stitched the lovely sunflower hair. Trying to think what... No, it was Rebecca who did the sunflowers, I'm sure. And Sarah did peonies, I think. They were both beautiful anyway. I think they've both finished. Okay, the next one to show you was so close to completion, I think, last time I spoke to you. It's not going to fit on the magazine. Have I got anything else I can hold it up against? It's a long skinny one. This is Pixie Lane Stitch Along by Pine Needles Utah. And this was a free stitch along, Pixie Lane Stitch Along, through their website, but I think it's a paid for pattern now, unless you've downloaded the parts already. And I stitched this on a 32 count fabric flare coffee stain, and it is a linen, I think. Yes, it is a linen. And I used all the called for DMC. And I just adore this. I'm on the lookout for a nice frame for it. And my husband said to me, "You are going to put that up in the hallway, aren't you?" So that's nice that he showed an interest. And the last one I've got to show you, I love this one so much, it's beautiful. This is At One with the Sun Sal, which I stitched with lovely Kim, Stitchy Squirrels. And I used all the called for DMC, apart from two, which I had to substitute from my stash because I didn't have them in stock. And this is a pattern by Magnolia Nest Designs, but on Instagram she's called The Travelling Stitcher. And I'll share another one of her patterns later that me and Kim are going to stitch together next when Kim's finished At One with the Sun. So Kim, you need to get a shift on with that one. I'm waiting for you to finish. No pressure. But Kim sent me some lovely buttons to go on this. So there's supposed to be two more bees. I think one goes here and one goes here. But me and Kim had a chat about it and said, wouldn't it be really nice to put some buttons there instead of stitching those two? So Kim ordered these for me. Can you see that? No, that's not helping. I'll just show it like this. There we go. Kim made me laugh because she said it looks like a man who's wearing a beret with a little moustache. So yeah, I'm going to stitch those on and then I've decided that I'm going to make it into a project bag. But the fleece fusible wadding that I like to use, it's been out of stock at the sewing shop for a while, so I'm just waiting for that to come back in stock, and then I'm going to make that into a project bag. And I want to use some lovely echinacea fabric that I've seen. I've got a small part of it, but I want to buy some larger amount from Elmhurst Fabrics. I love supporting those ladies. They're lovely. They sell lovely Acufactum, I think it's called, fabrics. So yeah, and that's stitched on a fabric by Crafty Kate. So yeah, that won't be long until it's a project bag. Can't wait to see it finished. And the lovely travelling stitcher got in touch with me. She's so lovely. She comments a lot on mine and Kim's post. She's such a kind and generous lady. She asked if I'd like to give away a copy of that pattern. So if you'd like to win a digital copy of At One with the Sun, then if you can put the word sun in your comment below, and I'll pick a winner before I record the next Flosstube, which will probably be in about another month. So beginning to mid-October, I would say. So make sure you put your comment for that. And it'd be really lovely to give away a copy of that pattern and to support her. So that's my finished objects, and we'll go on to whips. So this is the one that I've been working on the last couple of days. This is a kit from the charity shop, and oh, where's the cover? This is what it's going to look like. And I picked this back up again on Friday night, and I've actually made really good progress on this one. It's quite blocky in places, and yeah, managed to stitch 2 flowers now, and I've got this one to finish, and then there's small leaves at the top. And that lovely needle minder there I bought from Lindsay over at Wolfie Stitches. She's got an Etsy shop with lots of lovely needle minders in, and I couldn't resist that little Pixie fairy house. So yeah, go over and have a look in Lindsay's shop. And she's also got her own patterns in her coffee shop as well. So if you look Lindsay up, then Wolfie Stitches, you'll be able to find those. And that's on a Zweigart 32 count linen in grey with white spots. And hopefully I can get this finished, and we'll have that as a giveaway on the next Flosstube, because there's loads and loads of floss left, and I've actually got extra skeins of this as well, so that will be a lovely giveaway next time, hopefully. Okay, the next one is another one that I've been putting quite a lot of time into, because Barbara Anna has released her next mystery stitch along, which starts next Friday, and I can't wait. It's called Cleo, and from the hints about history and looking at the blurred image, I think it's going to be Egyptian Cleopatra, and I just can't wait. I've got all my flosses picked, and I've ordered a hand-dyed fabric from River Hut Designs because I love her fabrics. And her customer service is absolutely fantastic if you've never ordered from her before. She does dye to order, but you usually get it within 2 weeks of ordering, so it's quite it's quite a quick turnaround. And yeah, I'm hoping I've picked like a orangey toned fabric, so I really hope that is going to work well for the pattern. Just let me have a drink because my throat's going a bit croaky. Sorry, it's been happening a few times today, like a bit of a frog in my throat. So yeah, I'm really hoping this orange tone fabric that I've ordered is going to work really well with the flosses. I've got all the flosses picked out. My backup is a pink from Fabrics by Crafty Kate, one of the fabric of the months. So If the orange doesn't work, I think I'm going to go for a pink toned fabric. And yeah, I just can't wait. So I wanted to put some work into Madame Butterfly, and I got quite a bit of this done. Last time I'd finished to put this away. That thread's going to annoy me. There we go. I only had this one wing and her face and her neck, so I've managed to put in her shoulders and top, these hanging parts, and I've started putting some of this on and just filled in bits of the wing that were missing. And that's on the 25 count Zweigart in sage green, I think it's called. And that's another Wolfie Stitches Lindsay needle minder. So I was hoping to get this done before the stitch along starts, but that's just not going to happen. But I've put good progress in this one and the roses kit this week, so that's great. They're all progressing, and that's all that really matters. What have I done with the project bag? Here it is. Oh. Sorry, my microphone fell off. Sorry, I just stopped for a minute there. I made a bit of a rookie error today. I forgot my picnic blanket, so I bought a shopping bag and I've laid my cardigan over the top of it. Yeah, it's okay, it works. The ground's a bit wet because it was raining overnight. Okay, this is part of my lovely Stitchy kindness. Look at this gorgeous bag. This is from Lorena at the Fox's Cottage. Can you see that? And yeah, we did a swap. I'm yet to send my part of the bargain, but I will do. I love this echinacea bag. Look at that little fox charm. And inside is a really lovely violet-y purple. It's like my perfect colours, pink and purple. And yeah, Lorena was really kind, commented on my Instagram and on my Flosstube, and said how much she loved one of my free motion embroidery jelly printed pieces that I make. It's a green one and it's got bees on it, and oh no, there's some people. I hope they don't come down this way. We'll keep going. I might have to stop in a minute if they come this way. They look like they've got a dog. So yeah, it's a really lovely piece, but it's not yet finished. But I said to Lorena, because Lorena reached out and said she really loved it and it would look really nice in a house. And I said, we could do a swap if you like, because I really like that echinacea project bag. Would you be interested in a swap? Because I absolutely love doing swaps. I love receiving handmade things. And she was really open to that. So I'm hoping to get her free motion embroidered piece done in the next few weeks and get it sent out to her, because she's already sent mine. But it's definitely coming your way, Lorena. And she also sent me some really gorgeous washi tapes. She illustrates these, and they've got all sweet pastries on. They're probably not going to show up very well because of the plastic. And Lorena has just started a Flosstube with her mum. I will put the link down below. Go over and show her some love, because her and her mum's Flosstube is so beautiful, and she shares about the bags that she makes. She started designing patterns. She's got 2 out at the moment, and if you like Halloween themed things, then I definitely recommend you go over and have a look on her coffee shop. And I'll also try and list her coffee shop as well. Yeah, one is of a candy corn girl with a candy corn dress, and she's going out trick-or-treating with her little bowl, and it's got gorgeous flowers around her. And the other one she's done, pretty sure it's a mummy werewolf who's going out trick-or-treating. So yeah, go over and check them out and support Lorena, and go and watch her Flosstube, because it's really fantastic. They stitch some really lovely things and have some lovely haul as well. And it's so nice to watch a mum and daughter, stitching together and showing their progress. But this next project that I've got in this bag is another stitch along I started with some lovely ladies. So I shared on my Instagram a while ago that in the charity shop I found the most amazing floral year in cross stitch book for 50p in the charity shop, and I shared a flick through on my Instagram, and as a result lots of people were unable to go and buy that book. So we've got an Instagram chat on Instagram obviously, and there's quite a few of us, several of us, that have joined in a stitch along, and we're going to do 4 seasons through the book, I think. So we've started with autumn, so each of us picked a flower from the autumn section of the book, and yeah, we are just checking the microphones in. We are stitching that all together, and then obviously when it gets to winter we'll pick a winter flower, and on it goes. We'll do a whole year. So I haven't got the book with me. I'll try and put in a picture, but I've picked Aster, and it's these gorgeous purples and yellows. Oh, I love it so much. And I'm just doing it on a 32 count antique white linen that I got from the charity shop when I went to Exeter. I got a few really good bits from there, and I'll show them to you later on in treasures. I'm going to stop calling it haul and call it treasures instead. I can't remember who said that, but I thought that's really nice. And that little needle minder there is one that I made myself. It was an enamel pin, and I snapped the pin part of it and glued a magnet on. And it reminded me a lot of Gigi from Kiki's delivery service, Studio Ghibli, if you watch those. I just love Studio Ghibli. And yeah, I'm keeping those in a little Notions pouch that I bought. No, I didn't buy this one. Sarah gifted this one to me, little stingrays. And they're such gorgeous colours. So yeah, really enjoying that one. 3 down. Okay, the next one I'm stitching with lovely Sally Fossy Sews and Grows, and the hashtag we're using is, I can't remember. I'll put it in text on the screen, but they're lovely, lovely colours. And we are stitching Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, the Stitchers Retreat House. And I am using a piece of fabric by Crafty Kate in 36 count vintage gold, and not masses of progress, but I've started on the brickwork of the house. I've got all the windows in, and I've started that Quaker star, started the sign, and I just absolutely love this. And the reason I've got these magnetic clips on is because I've made it quite long, and the plan is that me and Sally are going to finish these. Well, I'm not going to, but Sally probably will. And yeah, we are going to ask our friends at the retreat Stitch in London, which is not long away at all now. I'm so excited. I'm going to meet so many lovely friends that, you know, I've made online, like Yasmin and Sally and Rosie X Stitch, and so many of you, so me Sarah, and yeah, I'm going to get to meet you all in person. I just can't wait. It's the 20th of October I go, so it's not long at all. It's going to fly by now. And yeah, we're going to ask some of our friends to stitch their names at the bottom of the piece. And can you see that gorgeous needle minder? I don't know if I've showed this yet, but that was a gorgeous present from Anita, the Violet Stitcher. And I still can't get over the fact that she sent that to me. Thank you, Anita. And I've got something in the pipeline to say thank you back to you, some stitchy kindness back to you, but it's on my to-do list, Anita, and I will get it to you. I need to create it first. But if someone sends you something like that, you know, you want to send something equally lovely back in return, don't you? And these things take time. Okay, I'll show you this one, but it's a really measly start. I've become completely obsessed with another designer. So as you know, my favourite designers of all time are probably Barbara Anna, the one and only Barbara Anna, and of course my gorgeous friend Yasmin's Made with Love, who I'm lucky enough to be her model stitcher. Yeah. And now I've got obsessed with another designer who is on Etsy, and she's called Mary Hickmott. And cross stitch Sarah, I think we're going to do a stitch along together of one. I think I'm going to do the Winter Woods pattern, which I'm pretty sure that I've talked about in the last Flosstube, but it was a cross stitch pack that I found in the charity shop for £3 with no pattern. I was completely intrigued by it because the flosses were so gorgeous, and it was called Winter Wood. So I googled it in the shop and was just bowled over by this pattern. Found out I could buy it on Etsy, and so bought the pack. I've bought the pattern as well, and I'll put a picture of it in here just in case I haven't talked about that before. And basically I've got really obsessed with her Etsy shop. She used to have a magazine called In Stitches, I think it was called, which is sadly no longer in publication, but you can buy lots of the copies on eBay. And I think Sarah was thinking about buying a bundle of them. But her Etsy shop is wonderful. She's got lots and lots of designs in there. They're really reasonably priced. And I just couldn't leave. I kept thinking about this selection of 4 small patterns, and I had to buy them. So the one I've started, it's a really measly start, but it's called Evening Rainbow. And again, I will put in a picture. But what I was really fascinated about this pattern is that, as you can see, it's a really gorgeous outdoor scene. I think they're based on Scotland, and that rainbow that you can see, that is stitched over the top of the cross stitches in half stitches, so it gives this really lovely effect. I've never seen any designer doing that before, and I'm really excited to stitch it. I've seen someone on Instagram finish it, and it is absolutely stunning. And I really liked all of the patterns in this small collection. So yeah, these were designed in Anchor, but it does tell you the DMC substitution pack, substitution threads, which I've got all. Let's show you, see if I can show you this first. They're a bit kinky because kinky. This is not an X-rated channel. They are, I can't think of another word, I'm sorry. They are kinky because they have been on my paper bobbins. This is before I had my pip and chip bobbins, which does not do this. And I love these floss drops. I have to show these to you. They're called Beautiful Garden, and they are like bees and butterflies and lovely florals. And these are up for sale in my coffee shop, which is in the link below if you're interested. Yeah, they're called Beautiful Garden, and I love them so much. So yeah, I've done the DMC, most of the DMC, but what I actually did was, because I was a bit unsure about some of the colours, I took all of my flosses into the sewing shop in Truro, which is not too far from me, and I compared all of them, all of the DMC to the Anchor that was on the chart, because I know Anchor can give a bit of a subtle difference. And there was 3 of them that I thought were not as close as I would like it to be. So I did actually buy 3 Anchors as well, which are there. 2 greens and a blue. So I'm going to use a mixture of DMC and Anchor for this pattern. My foot's going dead. And yeah, it's a really measly start, look. Not many stitches at all, but it's a full coverage, isn't it? So And I'm stitching that on, I think it was a 28 count Swigart linen. Antique white, did I say that? So yeah, I will get on with that a bit more. And I've got another of Mary Hickmott's patterns that I found on eBay for a good price, so I'll share that with you in treasures. Okay, the last whip I've been working on, my foot's gone completely dead. Might have to get up and have a walk around in a minute and come back, see how we get on. The last pattern I've been working on is my model stitch that I'm doing for Yasmin. These are the lovely colours. They're a bit messy, but we've got really lovely oranges and yellows, grey, black and white, and they're on some of my large jelly printed floss drops. And I have progressed quite far on this one. See if I've got the cover photo in case you've not seen this pattern by Yaz. This was a Patreon pattern, so it's not available to buy yet, but I think Yasmin said it will be within the next year, once it's not exclusive to her Patreons anymore. So Yaz did change the background colour for this one. She's gone with blue instead, and I really love it on the blue. Let's hold this up against a bag. Oh, hang on, I've got a little clip here. Let's just take that off. I might have to actually take this out of the hoop because it's quite a large pattern. And because of the way that I've moved the hoop to work on this top section, it's not all showing in the screen. So, oh, I don't want to lose that needle. That's one of my fancy needles, you know, the ball tipped ones. So yeah, here we are. What can we hold that up against? This is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. This is Swigart 32 count in azure blue. Sorry about the creases, but isn't that absolutely spectacular? Look at that shading on that wing. Beautiful, Yaz. This is stunning. So I'm steadily working towards a finish on this one. I need to finish this section here, and then I'm going to go back and work on the second wing and work on the other side. There's some more different Quaker motifs, and there's a few more little doodads, and then obviously the rest of the alphabet. But it's a stunning design. Right, let's not lose that needle. And I am going to put that back in the bag because I don't want to lose anything, because I've got some threads loose here as well. Okay, and that's everything that I've been working on. So, oh, hang on, what have we got here? See, I've got stuff everywhere. If I don't tidy up as I go along, I worry that I'm going to leave something in the woods. What have I got here? Oh, right, that's something else. Right, there's my FOs and my whips. So should we go on to Stitchy Kindness and haul treasures? Oh, there's a pansy patch. Where's that project bag? Okay, the first one I've got to show you is Treasure. Is a treasure, and it's a cross stitcher issue 240 from June 2011, and I bought this really cheap on eBay, and it came in the plastic wrapping and everything. It was like brand new. I'm really drawn to that really lovely rose pattern. That's by Maria Diaz. She's also a really lovely designer. I would probably say she's up there with one of my top designers. But the main reason I bought this is because I did some detective work from lovely Wolfie Stitches Lindsay again. She shared this on her Instagram that she stitched a long time ago, and from some detective work she found out that it was in a book, and who the designer was, who is Caroline Vincent, but she couldn't remember what it was called or where the pattern was from. It's too old to be on Readly, which is why I bought the Cross Stitcher magazine. But I found out it's called the Green Fingers Gardening Sampler, and this is it. Isn't that beautiful? And it says, dig your garden and hoe the weeds, sprinkle with water and sow your seeds. And it's a really interesting pattern. It's on a 28 count even weave, but it's a mixture of embroidery and cross stitch. So the main bulk of it is obviously cross stitch, but then there's also long stitch, straight stitch and lazy daisies incorporated in the pattern. And if I can show you this, if I can cover the part of the pattern, but it was from this book. Can you see that? It was called the Sampler Workbook, Motives and Patterns. I have looked that book up. I'd quite like a copy, but it's going for quite a lot of money. I think at least £20 or £30. So I might put that as a birthday present for my husband. And also included was a really lovely alphabet, which would be really useful for a lot of things. That's also in that book. That's in the magazine as well. So I did actually buy this month's cross stitcher. I don't normally buy cross stitch magazines because obviously I can get them on Readly, and I don't like, it doesn't cost me anything, but I really like quite a few designs in this month's cross stitcher. I really like this front one with the fox. That's by Emma Congdon. I think it's Emma Congdon. Yes, it is. What else did I like in here? Oh, I really like these. I think they're supposed to be designed as little necklaces, but I actually want to make those as little ring pulls on my own project bags. So they show there the squirrel, the fox and the fly agaric mushroom, but there's actually other ones. There's hedgehog, flowers, an owl, a sunflower, autumn leaves, a pumpkin, a fox. So yeah, and I also really love this pumpkin cottage. Who's this design by? Faye Walsh. I think this is the last, oh no, this is part 3. So she's already released, I think, spring and summer. This is the autumn one. And it says autumn is when every leaf is like a flower. So I have been saving them on my Readly, and I do want to stitch all of them. And the other main reason I bought this is because I really love this freebie kit. Look at him. Isn't he spectacular? And I bought this the other day at Tesco's, and oh, we might have to move a bit, mightn't we, because of the sun? Because it's washing me out a bit. I'll stop in a second and we'll carry on. So I bought this at Tesco's, went to the gardens locally with my daughters, and while they were playing around, they make like dens in the bushes there, and I took like paper and colouring pencils, some books to read, and they sit under the trees there and play and colour and read. So I thought, oh great, I'll make a start on that if like there playing amongst themselves. Got all ready and realised the kit didn't have a needle in it, which was really frustrating. My friend Claire, who lives locally, I met her at Emma Louise's Stitch group, and it's so lovely because I've made several friends through that group, and we meet up nearly every Saturday now, like alternate weeks at Emma Louise's stitching shop in St Austell, and then the next Saturday we normally meet at the Museum Cafe in Truro, which is really lovely. So if you live locally to Cornwall and you'd like to come along, then just let me know. But Claire also didn't have a needle in her pack, so maybe there was a production error. So I haven't yet started him, despite best intentions and putting it up on my Instagram that it was a new start. I took the photo and then realised after that there was no needle. Right, I'm going to pause a minute and just move the camera slightly, shake out my leg because it's going a bit dead, and then I'll come back. That was a bit of a pain. I just recorded that section and then realised that I hadn't clipped my microphone back on, so it hadn't recorded. Never mind. So I had good stretch out. My foot had gone completely numb and dead, so it was a good job that I got up and moved around. So we're going to move on to Stitchy Kindness. I got lovely Stitchy Kindness from Yasmin and Kim Stitchy Squirrels, Cross Stitch Sarah and Lindsay from Wolfie Stitches. You all sent me lovely post, and it blew my little Charly Feathers heart away. It just made me feel like, how did I get so lucky to meet such lovely friends and be able to exchange lovely gifts with them. Yeah, thank you, lovely ladies. You've all made me feel very special and treasured this month. So Kim obviously sent me the buttons that I showed before that I'm going to be using for my At One with the Sun sale. That's better. And she also sent me these lovely pins that she handmade using Yasmin's lovely pin tutorial, which is on her YouTube channel. But yeah, Kim made me 5 lovely pins. I need to make a pin cushion to house these in because they're so lovely. They deserve something lovely to display them in. But look at those, aren't they gorgeous? She sent me some really lovely Rico design 100% cotton embroidery floss. These. They're gorgeous. So she got those as a gift from the Historical Sampler Company in their latest stitch along, and she wanted to share the love with me, which was kind of her. She sent me the fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. She finished him recently and asked if I'd like to stitch him, and I said yes please. And she also printed this out for me. Magnolia Nest Designs, Summer Quaker Collection Honeybees. We both bought a copy of this design, the digital copy. So we both bought it, but Kim offered to print it off and send it to me because I haven't got a colour printer at home. And I'm planning to stitch it on this really lovely piece of hand-dyed Ada, which is 16 count, that lovely Lindsay at Wolfie Stitches gifted to me ages ago. I have measured it and it will be a bit tight on there, but I think it will be fine. And I think it will look beautiful on there. I'm not quite sure when me and Kim are gonna stitch this one together. Honeybees, flowers please. When Kim finishes At One with the Sun, then we can decide when to start this one. So if you want to join us, just let me know, or Kim know. So thank you, Kim. You've been very lovely to me this month. Now the next lot of Stitchy Kindness was from lovely Yaz. She sent me lots of lovely folk birds, her folk bird collection, which was very generous and kind of her. I think she just wanted to say thank you for all the model stitching that I've been doing for her, and I know that she sent them to Kim as well. So we have Autumn Folk Bird, which is a pattern that she released for Needle Market that's just been. This was one of the patterns she released. Isn't he glorious? She sent me Easter Folk Bird, Summer Folk Bird. She's actually sent me 2 of these, so we're going to have a giveaway of one of these in the future. Winter Folk Bird, Valentine Folk Bird, Spring Folk Bird, and then she also sent me her autumn bouquet. I've already stitched her spring one. She's gifted me summer and autumn, and I'm sure that Yaz will be designing a winter one soon as well, so watch this space. But I love this one. This was also another one of her recent market releases, and so were these 2. Halloween Ride, which is the model stitch that Kim Stitchy Squirrels did for Yaz. Love this one. That bird, that owl, is magnificent. And Kim also model stitched this one as well. These collection of 3 pillows, which is Animals on Parade. And I will open this pattern just to show you. Obviously, I won't show you the pattern, but I'll show you how Yaz has sold these, because I think they're absolutely beautiful. So you get a cover booklet which gives you obviously the cover photo and the supplies list, and then you get these 3 gorgeous individual postcards. So there's Mouse, there's Fox, and there's Squirrel. So they're these lovely good sized individual postcards, and on the reverse you have the floss colours and the charts, and I just love the way that Yaz has done that. I think it's a really nice design aspect. I'll put that away later because it's going to rustle a lot. Okay, what else have we got here? Okay, Stitchy Kindness from lovely Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah, who I'm so grateful to have as a friend and call a friend. We met through this Flosstube and Instagram. We do talk fairly regularly. We do a lot of stitch alongs together, and yeah, she always has lovely stashes, so she's a lovely person to go over and follow on Instagram. But I'm not sure if I showed you all these things, so I will just show them just in case. Pardon me. She sent me this gorgeous kit from the Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady of this foxglove. Look at those colours, they are right up my street. So that's a lovely little kit that I want to start soon. She also found these lovely collection of patterns that she saw and thought that they were right up my street, which of course they are, because there's a seahorse, a little sea dog, look, with mermaid tail, and a cat, and then a bunny and a bear. Aren't they gorgeous? They're called Mer Animals. They're designed by Jeraine Jones, and it's from the World of Cross Stitching magazine. So yeah, I was really grateful that Sarah found those in amongst her stash and wanted to give them to me. And she's also been kind enough to share these with me as well. They're by Summer House Stitchworks. Many of you will have seen these before, but they're Spring Awakens and Summer Refreshes. Sarah's doing a whole collection of these, so she said once she's finished with them that she would pass them on to me. So yeah, thank you, Sarah. You're another kind and generous friend. Okay, and the last bit of Stitchy goodness was from lovely Lindsay. She sent me this gorgeous Zweigart. It's quite a large piece, and it's 28 count Jaslyn terracotta, and I just think Barbara Anna's are going to look glorious on that, particularly the one, the summer one that she released with the Dreaming Girl with the houses, and it was like a nautical theme. I think that would look stunning on that. She also sent me this lovely purple fabric, which I've got plans for, which I won't share yet. She sent me these glorious cards. Try not to get the sun on them. They're of animals, different animals. And these were, I think these are classed as vintage. I don't know exactly when they're from, but you used to be able to get them in Brook Bond tea, which from a bit of research is now PG Tips. There we go. My husband remembered these, and it took him down memory lane when I opened them. So you might know about them too. But Lindsay thought that I might be able to make these into floss drops. I did spend some time this morning making some into floss drops. I've glued them down onto card. I'm just going to move you this way a bit because of the sun. I've glued them down onto card. I'm going to leave them overnight. I'm going to punch them and cut them out tomorrow. And I am going to use them in the new Barbara Anna mystery sale, which starts next Friday. So I can't wait to show them to you. My daughter made some as well, of her own floss drops from those this morning with me. She sent me these lovely scissors. I'm not sure if she's got these up in her Etsy shop. I was going to ask Lindsay that actually. I'll go and have a look later. She sent me some really lovely embroidery beads. See those, like little pink ones? And I did buy the other Fairy Cottage needle minder that I showed you on my whip earlier. But she sent me 3 other ones, which was so lovely of her. She sent me the other Fairy Cottage that she's got. Look at that with all the irises on, isn't that gorgeous? She sent me a lovely cow one. It's all working, there we go. And she also sent me this one, which I love. Doing my best. And that is something I say constantly in my house. Whenever the girls are complaining, I'm like, I'm trying my best, I'm doing my best. So when I saw that she'd sent me that, it did give me a little smile and a little chuckle. And these are like super strong. They're that plastic needle minder, but Lindsay has used really super strong magnets on these. They're really, really amazing. So yeah, I will put a link to her Etsy shop in the description below, and encourage you to go over and support another small business. Trying to think of Lindsay. I think Lindsay sent me something else, but I can't think off the top of my head what it was. And there was a reason why I decided not to bring it. No, I can't remember. Sorry, Lindsay. And then the last thing is treasures. So I've had some really good charity shop haul recently. I'm trying not to get that sun on my face. I've had some really amazing charity shop haul recently, both locally to me, and we did go up to Exeter for a family day with my husband's nephews and his mum and dad, and I found the most amazing charity shop up there. They had so many cross stitch supplies. So I found this really lovely comfrey kit. This is a full kit by the Textile Heritage Collection, and it's got everything in it. So the Ada fabric, the threads, needle, the instructions, a presentation card and envelope, and some herbal notes. But it looks like this is part of a series. Can you see that down the side? So there's bergamot, borage, chamomile, comfrey, evening primrose and marjoram. So I want to have a look for those, but for £1.50 I couldn't leave that there. They also had this gorgeous postcard for 50p. Can Can you see that lovely floral design? And it says with love. And I couldn't leave that there either. And what I really liked about this is there's some pencil marks on the back that someone's written what numbers they used of DMC. I love stuff like that. Someone's loved it before that I've got it. Okay, from D-stashes, I got from lovely cross stitch Sarah. I've had my eye on this for the longest time. Blooming Tiny Town. I've liked this ever since I saw it, and Sarah was de-stashing it, the chart with the embellished buttons. Can you see those there? And also all the flosses, all the fancy flosses that are for this pattern, which I haven't got out with me because they're hung up at home. I didn't want to bring them out, so I can't wait to start that. On eBay, I found another Mary Hickmott Designs, and this is the companion piece to the Winter Woods that I'm planning to start, and it's called Highland Living. Oh, I love this so much. I think I might love this even more than Winter Woods. Isn't that glorious? And I think, yeah, they're both based on the Scottish Highlands. And on her Etsy shop, you can get a digital copy of this pattern for £12. And I found this on eBay. I think it was £7 including delivery. So I couldn't leave that there because I definitely want them together. Oh, got all leaves stuck to my hand. Okay, Leslie, who's a lovely lady on Instagram, was having a D-stash a while ago, and she had flea market flowers. And I think she charged me like £5 including delivery for this pattern, so I snapped it up. And I've wanted to stitch this for the longest time, ever since I saw Yasmin had finished it. I love it so much. And I've been after a copy for a while, so had to snap that up. And the last two things are a couple of books that again I found in the charity shop for £1.50 each. And one is called Herb Gardens in Cross Stitch, and one is called Wild Flowers in Cross Stitch. So I'll just show you a couple of designs. So in the Herb Garden one, I absolutely fell in love with this. Can you see that little pouch down there with all the lavender flowers on? Oh, I love everything about it. I'd quite like to do that for a project bag. This sun's been a bit pesky, isn't it? And then there's some pillows and things as well with the same design. Thought this was really cute too. Can you see those? Cute little florals. I think one of them's a bookmark. There's this lovely cushion with all these different herbs on it, but I would probably stitch those individually. A cushion like that would get absolutely wrecked within 5 minutes in my house with the girls. Was there anything else I particularly liked in this one? No. And then the Wild Flowers in Cross Stitch. Love, love, love this foxglove. Look at that. What's this one? The Briar Rose. Can't get it in very well, can I? There we go. The Briar Rose. These are gorgeous. I particularly like that bluebell. Oh, it sounds like there's a really upset child. I don't know if you can hear that. These are gorgeous. Look at these. Panel of flowers. Oh, come on, glary sun. There we go. Some gorgeous poppies. Oh, these are absolutely stunning. What flowers are these? Cornflower, ragged robin, and dog violet. I like all three of those. Gorgeous. So yeah, they were really fantastic books to find. And I have got another book called Roses in this collection of books. They're by Mearhurst, and I think they do some sampler books as well. So I've seen them a few times in the charity shop, so keep your eye out for those. But that, my friends, is everything. So yeah, special thank you to all of you. We'll go into life update briefly, not very long because I haven't been up to much. I've just been going to the woods with the girls, going to the local gardens. I've been reading, cross-stitching. I went to Exeter on the day out. We went to the museum. That was really, really nice with our nephews and Chris's mum and dad. That was really, really nice. But yeah, things have been pretty quiet as per usual. And thank you to everyone who's come over and supported my small business through my coffee shop. Many of you have been over and bought both decorative paper floss drops, and also I've started selling commissioned floss drops. So currently I'm doing a 61-day drawing challenge to build my stock towards Stitch in London. I'm going to have a stall there selling my jelly printed floss drops. So I've been drawing every day. Today is day 41 out of 61. So I'm into the final third of drawing, which is a real accomplishment because some days I've just not felt like drawing at all, but I've just powered through. And yeah, I feel like I've created a really lovely collection so far, but I have put all of those up for commission that I've drawn so far. I think there's only 2 that I haven't put up yet. I need to update it later. So if you are following me on Instagram and you see any of those 61, which there will be in total, floss drop collections that you really like, that I'm going to be selling at Stitch in London, if you'd like to commission me to make anything similar to those or exactly the same as those, or if you'd like to change the writing, the text on them, or give me some ideas of what you would like to see in the floss drops, then I can make you a special unique set. And lovely Lorna, who is a really lovely customer of mine and lovely friend, she does some gorgeous stitching, Lorna. She commissioned me to make a lovely nautical set for her, and I really, really enjoyed making them, and I got them posted off to her the other day and shared those. They came out really lovely. So yeah, if you'd like a commission of a floss drop set, then just get in touch with me on Coffee, or if you don't know how to find it, then just send me a message on Instagram or drop a comment down below and I can help you. And I've still got a lot of decorative paper floss drops up there for sale, as well as my ring bling. So yeah, thank you to all of you for continuing to support me, and I really appreciate every like and comment and share. And what else can I say? Thank you to all of you for commenting on the last video or previous videos. That's really given me a lovely boost to keep going with this channel. Because sometimes it feels like you're not really gaining any subscribers, or you lose a few, and it can be a bit disheartening. Because some people, they put up like a video and they get over 1,000 subscribers straight away. But everyone has their own individual journey, and I'm not complaining, because the right people will be attracted to watch this Flosstube channel, and I'm grateful for every single one of you for being on this journey alongside me, and for allowing me to share everything that I do with you. Thank you to all my lovely friends for all my stitchy kindness. Yeah, thank you. I hope you have a fantastic stitchy month until I see you again. Take good care of yourselves and get out in nature if you can. Bye.
God, I look tired, don't I? I need to stop pulling so many late nights stitching. Anyway, there's a pigeon up above. I just thought I'd add this extra little video on just to let you know, that because I forgot to mention it then right at the end, that if you'd like to win a digital copy of At One with the Sun, then please leave a comment below with the word sun, S-U-N, in your comment, and I'll pick a winner buy the next Flosstube and announce it on the next Flosstube. Okay, take care everyone. Bye.